everyone, Life Error 1997 here. Today I want to talk to you about something a little deeper while we play some peaceful Minecraft. No monsters, no chaos, no fighting for survival. Just building, exploring, farming, and thinking. The topic is something called EgoDeath. And no, I don't mean death in a scary way. I'm not talking about anything physical. I'm talking about a moment in life where the version of yourself you thought you had to be starts to break down. And you begin seeing yourself, your life, and the world differently. In real life, ego is kind of like a character skin we wear, the name tag above our head. It's a story we tell ourselves about who we are. I'm not good enough. I'm always behind. I have to prove myself. I have to be perfect. No one will care unless I become successful. That voice can feel like it's protecting us, but sometimes it becomes a cage. In Minecraft, when we first spawn into a world, you don't have much. No house, no tools, no armor, no diamonds, and most of the time, no plan. You're just standing there in a huge world trying to figure out what to do first. And honestly, real life can feel like that too. Sometimes you spawn into situations you don't choose. You don't get to pick the seed. You don't get to pick the biome. And you don't get to pick how hard your starting point is. Some people spawn next to villages, food, and shelter. Other people spawn in the middle of nowhere with nothing but dirt, trees, and confusion. An ego could come in and say, why am I not further ahead? Why does everyone else have a better gear? Why is their base bigger than mine? Why am I still struggling with basic stuff? But Minecraft teaches us something important. You don't win by comparing your first dirt hut to someone else's castle. You win by placing one block at a time. Ego death is kind of like realizing you don't have to build your life for other people to approve of it. You don't have to make your base look like everyone else's. You don't have to speedrun your healing. You don't have to prove your worth by having the biggest build, the most diamonds, or the perfect world. Sometimes, ego death feels like deleting an old world you outgrew. Not because the world was worthless, not because the time you spent there didn't matter, but because you finally realized you're allowed to start again. In real life, ego death can happen when you go through something that forces you to question who you are. Maybe you lose something. Maybe someone hurts you. Maybe your plans fall apart. Maybe you hit a point where pretending to be okay doesn't work anymore. And suddenly, the identity you were carrying starts to crack. The people pleaser, the survivor, one who always has to be strong, the one who always acts like nothing hurts, the one who believes they have to earn love by being useful. That version of you may have helped you survive, but survival mode is not the same as living. And that's why peaceful Minecraft is such a good way to explain this. Because in peaceful mode, you don't have to fight every second. You can breathe, you can build, you can explore. You can create something beautiful without constantly being attacked. And sometimes, healing in real life starts when you realize you don't have to live in survival mode forever. Ego says, I need to be seen as successful. But healing says, I want to feel safe in the life I'm building. Ego says, I need people to think I'm strong. But healing says, I'm allowed to rest. Ego says, if I mess up, I'm a failure. But Minecraft says, break the block and place it again. That's the most beautiful things about Minecraft. Mistakes are not the end. You can rebuild, you can redesign, you can move your base, you can flatten land, you can turn an empty field into a kingdom. And real life is like that too. You are not stuck as the first version of yourself. You are not stuck in your starter base. You are not stuck with the beliefs you picked up while trying to survive. Sometimes EgoDeath feels like going underground, not because you're hiding forever, but because you're searching for something deeper. When you mine in Minecraft, you have to go below the surface to find better materials: coal, iron, gold, diamonds. And in real life, sometimes you have to go below the surface too. You have to ask, why do I feel like I'm not enough? Why do I need everyone's approval? Why am I scared to be myself? Who told me I had to be perfect to matter? Those questions can be uncomfortable, but that's where the diamonds are. That's where you find the truth underneath the stone. Ego death doesn't mean you stop caring about your dreams. It doesn't mean you stop wanting success. It doesn't mean you give up on making a name for yourself. It means you stop letting worth depend on it. You can still build the castle. You can still grow your channel. You can still chase your dreams. You can still want your Minecraft world, your content, your music, or your life to become something amazing. But you stop believing that you are nothing until it happens. You are already someone, even before the castle is finished, even before the diamonds, even before the subscribers, even before the world sees what you're building. In Minecraft, the world doesn't become meaningful only when the build is done. The meaning is in the process. The first tree you punch, the first bed you place, the first farm you grow, the first path you make, the first home that says, I survived here. In real life, you don't have to be worthy only after finally you make it. You are worthy while you're still figuring it out. You're worthy while you're healing. You're worthy while you're messy. You're worthy while you're rebuilding. That is what ego death teaches me. It's not about losing yourself. It's about losing the fake version of yourself that was built from fear, pain, pressure, and comparison, and then slowly finding the real version underneath. So while I'm building in Minecraft, I'm also learning how to build myself. Not the version of me that exists to impress others, not the version of me that thinks I have to be perfect, but the version of me that wants peace, the version of me that wants freedom, the version of me that is allowed to take up space even if the world started rough. So, if you're watching this and you feel like you're still at your starter base, I just want you to know that still counts. Your dirt hut still counts. Your first farm still counts. Your small step still counts. You're allowed to rebuild. You're allowed to start over. You are allowed to become someone new without hating who you had to be to survive. Thank you for hanging out with me in this peaceful Minecraft today. If this message connected with you, leave a comment and tell me. What part of your life are you rebuilding right now? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and join me live on Twitch. This is Life Era 1997, and I'll be seeing you in the next peaceful build. Woo! Bye!